8 children have died there after consuming a syrup manufactured by Indian drug maker Marion Biotech.
Pharma company Marion Biotech.
It's called Doc 1 Max and it's made by a company called Marion Biotech.
Four medicines are cough and cold syrups produced by Maiden Pharmaceuticals Limited in India. WHO recommends all countries detect and remove these products from circulation to prevent further harm to patients.
Sachin Jain looked like the perfect philanthropist, smiling, teaching underprivileged children about hygiene. Naresh Goyal's office in New Delhi is full of pictures of him with ministers. Union Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, former Health Minister Harshvardhan, former Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar and many others. Sachin Jain is a wanted man in Uzbekistan. A cough syrup made by his company Marion Biotech was linked to the deaths of 68 children. Naresh Goyal is wanted in the Gambia. Around 70 children died in this West African country after consuming cough syrups made by Goyal's pharma company. Yet another pharma entrepreneur, Purushottam Lal Goyal, ran Digital Vision Pharma. This company was responsible for the deaths of around 16 children in Jammu and Kashmir.
Jain's Marion Biotech or Goyal's Maiden Pharma are not the only companies that have been linked to mass fatalities, but each time these pharma owners bear no real consequences.
In this joint investigation by Newslaundry and the News Minute, we look at 3 companies that were involved in mass fatalities.
Digital Vision behind 16 child deaths in Jammu and Kashmir. Maiden Pharmaceuticals responsible for 66 to 70 child deaths in the Gambia. And Marion Biotech, which caused 68 child deaths in Uzbekistan. The cough syrups manufactured by all 3 had toxic levels of diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol, industrial chemicals often used in brake fluid. What they should have instead contained was pharma-grade propylene glycol, a common solvent used in liquid oral medicines. We track how cases against them have almost come to a standstill and how they continue to operate in the pharma industry. And not once has anyone from any of these 3 companies been arrested.
They use shell companies to evade taxes, bribes to bypass inspections, and when the bodies start piling up, they simply change their names and wait for the government or courts to restore their licenses.
This is the trail of blood left by 3 companies.
My son has been lying on this bed for 6 years. He cannot speak, sit or eat. That medicine destroyed his life. And the company, nothing happened to them. Only the rich have rights in this country.
Digital Vision, started by a man named Purushottam Lal Goyal in 2009, is a habitual offender. Our investigation shows the company and its subsidiaries have been flagged 35 times in 13 years for substandard drugs in India.
In 2019, 16 children died after allegedly consuming the cold best PC and cough set 80 cough syrups. Cases were filed against them in Himachal Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir. But till today, only a chemist who sold these drugs was arrested. Purushottam and other owners of Digital Vision got bail for just 50,000 rupees. Their license was revoked immediately after the tragedy, but it was restored in just 3 months. The court said the company can be allowed to make drugs other than cough syrups. Himachal Pradesh found that Digital Vision misused its narcotics license and used it as a routing tool for exporting narcotics drugs to Sri Lanka. And it gets worse.
In 2025, the Narcotics Control Bureau busted a 574 crore rupees drug diversion racket. The main player, Digital Vision, they allegedly created shell firms in the names of domestic workers to funnel narcotics into the black market.
This is the registered address of CureClub Pharmaceuticals, a company owned by Naresh Goyal and Vivek Goyal. If the name CureClub doesn't ring a bell, its old name, Maiden Pharmaceuticals will. The name board displayed here, Kikas Cosmetics, is a sister company run by the Goels. The companies named here, VEU Greens and VMK Pharmatech, are also Goel enterprises. As you can see, the door is locked. This is the second time we are trying to reach the directors of Club Pharmaceuticals at their registered office. This time, as soon as they saw us coming, they locked the door. Excuse me, is the Kikas office open? Yes, no. It's locked from inside. Oh, so they see us in the camera. Okay. Okay, so they've seen us in the camera and have chosen not to open the door. As we were attempting to knock on the door and speak to company officials, a security guard arrived and escorted us out of the building. The last time we were here attempting to speak to the company officials, an accountant at the Kikas Cosmetics office told me that they hadn't heard of the company I was asking for. But when I named the directors, Naresh Goel and Vivek Goel, they said that the directors were not available to speak at the moment and that the office could not provide me the contact details of the directors. Quickly after, they shut the door to the office.
Nakul Pasricha is the MD and CEO of PharmaSecure, a company offering supply chain traceability solutions to the pharmaceutical sector. As an industry expert, he speaks about the loopholes that allow such tragedies to recur.
This is the question, right? If I am a manufacturer in a small unit, I have a unit that I'm calling ABC Pharma, and I am found kind of to have violated something and my unit is shut down and my license is taken away. Can I just tomorrow start up a DEF Pharma and get a license for it? I'm the same person.
October that year, children who consumed one of 4 cough syrups produced by the Maiden developed acute kidney injury and died. The WHO issued a global alert. But in India, the story took a miraculous turn. While labs in Ghana, France and Switzerland found that the cough syrups contained toxic levels of diethylene glycol and ethylene glycol, a lab in Chandigarh declared that the samples were safe.
Even a union minister defended the company.
हमने वहाँ कॉज ऑफ डेथ का रीज़न जानने की कोशिश की तो पता चला कि बच्चे को डायरिया था। तो बच्चे को डायरिया था तो उसको कफ सिरप देने के लिए रिकमेंडेड किसने किया?
There were allegations that a bribe of rupees 5 crore was paid to switch the samples. The whistleblower, a lawyer named Yashpal, has since vanished from public view. Maiden director Naresh Kumar Goel didn't just escape, he rebranded. In February 2025, Maiden officially became Club. They avoided Gambian court summons by simply not existing at their registered address when the postman arrived. Gambia published summons in newspapers too, but Naresh never bothered to reply.
They had already lodged a case in Gambia seeking compensation, but they were unable to serve Maiden because their addresses were shut and they were not to be found in the locations which were known to them. So they had engaged me in India for the minimum purpose of making sure that the summons are being issued to them by way of publication and other mechanisms that they wanted, because they also wanted to run a legal check background on their existence in India. I think it was twice it was published in the newspaper informing Maiden Pharmaceutical about the existence of the case in Gambia. They are still not represented in Gambia. And the reason would be because they have closed their operation in the name of Maiden Pharmaceuticals, but they're operating in some other name in India. What happens that in India, we have something called the Drugs and Cosmetic Act. And the act which was committed by them would attract the offense for imprisonment for life. And even notwithstanding the fact that this act was committed outside the territorial bounds of India, there are provisions under the CRPC which allows for trying for the offenses which were committed outside India. So if there is a possibility that the government of India and Gambia would come together to criminally prosecute Maiden Pharmaceutical for supplying of spurious and adulterated drugs, then there is still a possibility of holding them criminally liable under the provisions of the Drugs and Cosmetic Act in India.
From July 2020 to May 2023, the syrups Doc 1 Max and Ambronol, manufactured by Marion Biotech, was given to children for something as ordinary as a cold. Within days, many of them stopped urinating. Their kidneys failed.
The issue is not one-time issues. It's a very shame that still till today the children are dying due to the wrong formulation of cough syrup. It's also the central responsibility as well as the state responsibility, because Drug and Cosmetic Act is the central act which has to be implemented. So government should immediately strengthen the regulatory system of regarding the supply, regarding the productions, and as well as the formulation of the drugs in this country.
Investigations in Uzbekistan uncovered more than just contaminated medicines. Court records described a complex network of shell companies, inflated prices, and bribery used to push Marion Biotech's products into the market. Investigators found evidence that doctors and pharmacists were paid informal commissions to recommend these medicines. And when regulators planned to inspect the company's factory in India, prosecutors say a $33,000 bribe was paid to cancel the inspection. The factory remained unchecked, the syrups kept reaching pharmacies, and eventually resulted in deaths. In February 2024, a criminal court in Tashkent sentenced 23 people linked to the distribution network. Some received prison terms of up to 20 years.
But the man described in court records as the central figure controlling the enterprise.
Our investigation shows that Sachin Jain and his family remain directors in more than 24 companies spanning pharmaceuticals and real estate, and most of them falling under Eminox Group. This is the Noida office of Marion Biotech and its parent company Eminox Group. Marion's license was cancelled in 2023, but in 2025 the Allahabad High Court restored it.
Corporate filings show the businesses continue to operate. For the families in Uzbekistan, however, the story has never moved on.
Chanvi, Aniruddha, Kanishka. These aren't just names in a court file. These were children whose lives were cut short by greed and a broken system.
We believe these stories shouldn't stay buried in court documents. We are independent media organizations and we do not answer to corporate boards or pharma giants. We answer to you.
This depth of investigation is only possible because of our subscribers. If you believe in holding power to account, support our work. Visit our website and become a subscriber today.